This is round 2 of creating a website using AI and without a single subscription, so it'll cost you £0 to completely build it and run it. A client of ours has asked us to just build them a simple landing page for their wellness coaching services. I'm going to walk you through again how to do this, cover a few things I didn't cover last time, and if you want a more in-depth tutorial, check out the last tutorial. So it's 10 past 12. Let's see how quickly this can take. Of course, we're not rushing the process. We want to get the best website possible. This is a website I like, or a design. Great. Paste that in here. Then we're just going to paste in a prompt that he's given us, what he is, what he stands for, stuff like that. And let's just run it, see what happens. As you know the process, it's going to generate code completely for free. Since last time, we've got a few updates. So everything should run a lot smoother and you won't have to prompt it as many times. Oh, first shot, it's got it. I quite like the color of purple. It just symbolizes royalty. So let's continue with that theme. I will add all the images of the owner later, however, create spaces for where he would go. It worked first shot, which last time it didn't. So now that just shows how quickly the world of AI is evolving. I'm not going to speak too soon, but apart from that, one error here, which I don't think was an actual problem in the code. Oh, talk about it, the client just sent me the images. Oh, that's snazzy. Right, I think that'll be it for the free tokens for today. Almost 20 minutes in. So, and we've created more than most designers will create in about an hour. Minimum. Cool. Transformational stories. Great. Meet your coach. Oh, perfect. Yeah, let's go download it. Great. Now we need to extract it. Great. Now we can open Cursor. And it won't work if you do not extract it. Remember that. Open folder. Downloads. There. Could you please add content to your path to wellness page, please? As you can see here, we've got a massive error. So all we need to do is just copy all of that, paste it in. I've got this error. Let me know what I need to run. There's an issue with the background typography. Currently, it is too far forward, overlapping with some of the text, and it is completely opaque. Is opaque the right word? All right, we're back. Well, it's been a minute. I've had a few meetings today. I've had lunch. Right now, it's just about to turn 5. So we are 5 hours into this process. Probably done about 3 hours worth of work on this website so far. So what I've got to is, let me show you something like this. So we've got the hero section underneath your path to wellness, transformation stories, which you can click, get larger. Now I want to insert some images. So images here. It's got a cool animation there, and change this image to Milton Keynes. Right, we've also created the booking section, which will send details. Now I'm going to walk you through the parts on how to change the images, because that can be a bit challenging, that can be a bit confusing if you're not quite familiar. If you're confused at any part throughout this process, I would just recommend, first thing, plainly simply, what should I do? It knows your code base, it knows everything, it'll tell you exactly where you should paste anything. And if you've got any questions about typography, if you want to insert an SVG or anything, I would just recommend simply asking it and reading through, because most of the time you just click accept all, but you don't actually read through what it says. I just cancelled the local host. And now we just have to wait. But this is what I've been doing for the last 2 and a bit hours. It's basically just back and forth, chatting with the code base, seeing if it works, and if not, just doing some iterating. So if you want a scheduling page from an external software such as Skillshare or whatever, you can completely do that just by entering the link and saying after they've pressed this button, say for example, once they've filled out all of their details on the scheduling page, take them to the Stripe payment page, then it'll let them submit their information, and then it'll take them back to this page once they're done. So this is iteration number 1. We're going to check back with the client, see what changes they would like, anything they would like added, pictures, anything else. Now I'm going to go deploy it. I've walked you through how to deploy it in the previous video, so if you haven't seen that, go check that out. So the possibilities for automation agencies and business alike are absolutely endless with Cursor and using AI to program and create your own softwares. And on top of it, it's completely free, just to let you know, if I haven't said that enough. You're saving yourself around £1,000 just on subscriptions alone. Once I've sent this over to the client, then we can enter his domain. We'll be back and forth entering all the domain details, and after that, if the client wants to change anything, I will pass him all of these code. I'll pass him the GitHub, or actually everything is going to be public on GitHub, so he can just download the files and follow on from this process as well. So it's not even like we're doing anything which will obstruct the client from changing their own website, right? We're just going through the hardship of iterating back and forth with this AI, which is a tedious process, as you've seen. It's like having a conversation with someone who you know they can do it, but they just don't want to do it. So you got to properly get it out of them and explain to it exactly what you want. And that's the main challenge of this process. It's a lot of back and forth. It's taken about 4 hours to create this website. Now you will never have to touch it unless you want to update it or whatever. I'm going to cut this off now. I'm going to go speak with the client, show them what I've made.
All right, testing. 1, 2, everybody on the mic MC.
All right, so we're here with the client, Aki. We're here to discuss the results of the website. We've been through a few iterations, and now we're just running through the final website. So describe your process of that, how you would normally build out a website.
Well, I've worked with other people before, and would give a brief of what we're looking for, what the concept that we have, any ideas. And we go through all of those types of fact-finding things that we need to do.
And then would you normally build it out on some kind of software such as Squarespace?
Yes, I would. Yeah, personally, I would, just because I find it a bit more easier. For me, I'm not as technical as you guys, so for me, that's pretty straightforward template type of situation.
I see, yeah. And in terms of Squarespace, what kind of subscription were you having? What would you be paying?
So I pay for Squarespace itself, it's £25, I believe, and then I also pay, or maybe it's £5, and I also pay £25 for the scheduling integration for the appointments. So roughly around 30, maybe £35 a month.
And do you believe with this website we've showed you the consultation, booking the free consultation and scheduling, has that solved the pain points which you had with building through Squarespace?
Yeah, because what we were finding is that with Squarespace, it's actually the integration is like a widget, and you can't allocate your SEO to it to understand if those things are going, that the leads are going to the right place. So in this situation that you've made with us, this new thing, it allows us to then see where our paid advertising and our clicks are going, our conversions are going. So it's much more easier to use on that front.
Okay, then that's perfect. Yeah. So yeah, thank you so much for allowing us to build out a website for you and as one of your projects. And what would you like to look for in the future? What kind of automations would you like?
I would like to look at what type of bots that we can have, those chat bots on those websites. See what we can do with that, and try and has that as like an assistant for the clients coming onto the website. That might be interesting to see. So I'll be interested in seeing if you guys can add something like that later on. That'd be cool.
And what about the process of once the client has signed up on the website, immediately booking them and converting them through automation processes?
Yeah, you guys have made a very synchronized approach, and everything is kind of automated. So it really reduces the amount of actually work that I have to do, and it's kind of just like a flick of the switch and everything else happens in the background. So it's really good.
Perfect. All right. Thanks for all the work.
No worries. Thank you, Alex.